So this is a poem in memory of my grandmother that relates to my dog Aslan. Oh boy. It's about a dog that my grandmother used to have that reminds me of Aslan. Trying to find it here in my phone. Aslan. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. We're almost there, yeah. This poem is called Aslan. The sound of his bark could raise your blood pressure a few notches, especially if you happen to work for the postal service, which he doesn't quite comprehend. The sound could raise me from the deepest of sleeps to run and check. Is everything all right? Is anything dead? It was just Fisher Cat again. I always pictured in my mind him breaking the leash precisely as the mailman arrived, or the Amazon truck backed in. He's a paradox, a double-edged sword, profoundly gentle and affectionate to my husband and I and the smallest of children, but to one unknown or even potentially unwelcome, he is beyond fierce. He is a Kangal, a Turkish dog descended from a line of ancient palace guards and flock guardians with the strongest bite force of any dog, a fact which few would desire to double-check. He was a gift to us from a couple selling their farm. He no longer had a place with them, so a place was made with us. My husband loves this dog, as do I. The sight of him reminds me of her, and the dog she had been given when she was just about my age. I never met that dog, save in old faded photos. My grandmother visibly showed affection at the occasion of his remembrance and would gladly tell again and again the story of him when I visited in the summer as a little one. She was in Germany, in charge of a displaced Persian camp of Ukrainian refugees. She was heading back to the States, and someone at the loading dock, a German man in front of her, was leaving the country for somewhere his dog was not allowed to go. He argued with the attendant, but resigned, turned to my grandmother and handed her the leash. From that moment, he was hers, and she came back with her to the States. He was a massive German shepherd, an army dog, trained by the Nazi SS Guard. Thankfully to my grandmother, he was gentle and obedient, for the most part. But everyone around her knew there were certain German words you didn't say near that dog. I can't even remember now his name, just that he protected her, as if his life depended on it. Her heart would rest easy, watching him lounge against the door at night. With him, she who had been deeply hurt was safe. And I see him and remember her in Aslan's eyes, which he's not showing right now. Aslan, looky over here. Yeah?